Hey, this is Tim McCamus. Today we want to go over some steps in mounting a liner, tire, and wheel combination. So we've got a Weld liner wheel, we've got the inner liner, and we've got a Hoosier 18780. So we're going to kind of follow a few steps here on the process to do this. Now there might be other ways that work well, but this is the way we do it. It seems to work okay. So I want to kind of give you a little bit of a little info on the wheel and tire combination. So this wheel has two valve stems. This larger valve stem is the one that is actually in the wheel from Weld. The smaller valve stem here is installed after you get the wheels, and there's a specific location from the edge of the rim to the center of the valve stem hole. It has to be drilled and tapped, and then it's ground smooth on the inside. Basically, this wheel is knurled for bite on the tire, but the liner itself has small, like triangular shaped bead pattern around here, and basically what this does is this fits inside of the Hoosier tire, and then air is fed through that small valve stem out by the lip of the wheel, and it transfers through these slots, and that's how the air gets in to the tire itself. The liner pressure is put in through the valve stem location that is in the wheel from Weld. So you'll be airing up the liner to a pressure of about 50 to 55 psi. And that's going to take this small tire and push it out against the bead of this tire and hold it tight on this knurled location. So again, the stock location valve stem is for the liner pressure at about 50 to 55 psi. And then this small one that's added after is going to be your actual tire pressure. So if you run anywhere from 5.5 to 6 psi in a tire, this pressure from this small valve stem is going to be what you use to set that. And that air is going to be transferred through the valve stem, through here, around this liner, into the actual bulk center of the tire. So we're going to, the way we do this is we collapse this liner and we put it inside the tire to start with, and then we put both tire and liner combination onto the wheel at one time. One of the things to note here is if you see the offset in this wheel, there's a lot more wheel here than there is here. So it's easiest to start from this side with the tire combination and slip it on and let it fall down inside here. So from this side it's much tougher to get the tire combination onto the wheel. So we're going to start from the actual show side of the wheel, or the run side, and pop the tire combination on there. So what's required for this is a couple of tire spoons and a squirt bottle with some soapy water. We have taped this edge of the wheel to protect it, because we're going to have to stick a tire spoon in here and kind of roll it over this lip. So we don't want to scratch this wheel up, because we just had these anodized. So we just took some masking tape and put a couple layers around here to protect that edge. So Joe is going to help us mount this thing, because if any of you guys have ever mounted liner wheels and tires, they're not much fun. So we'll go through the steps, and I'll kind of give a little bit of instruction along the way, and then we'll put some air in it, and hopefully everything will be good. All right, Joe, you ready? Yep. Okay, so we're going to collapse this liner down, like kind of turn it inside just to make it a little smaller so that it'll fit through the opening of this tire. So this is nothing better than just manhandling it in there. Okay, now it's inside, and we want to turn it back right side out. So I'm just going to step on that bead, pop it back up. Okay, so now we have the liner inside the tire, and basically you can see that both beads are kind of touching themselves. So we're going to put some soapy water on this and then pop this on, just as you see it here. Okay. Just a 50-50 soap water mix is good for this application. And we're just going to kind of spin this on here. Okay, so now we've got the half of it done, and we're going to soak this side, and then we're going to use the tire spoons to pop it on the rest of the way. You got to be careful with the tire spoon so that you don't mar the rim up. Okay. Okay. So now we have the tire and the liner are mounted. There's no air in anything, so hopefully if we did everything right. So if we can see, this is the liner valve stem, so we want to put air in it first and try to pop that liner out and push it out onto push the tire out on the edge of the rim. So we're going to put about 50 psi in this liner right now, and then we're going to put air in the actual tire side. That's about 25. Alright, that's 49. We're going to leave that there now, and then we're going to put a little air in the tire itself. You can see the tire is still flat. There's no air in the tire at all. The liner is fully aired up, and it's pushing out against this bead, but this tire is not seated yet, so we want to put about 10 psi in this tire to get it seated on the bead. So we'll put a little air in it now, and then we'll put the valve core in it.
Jump back down.
Yeah. So we're gonna set this. Put the lever down a little bit. So we got 10 in it right now, and the tire is seated on the rim. Let's check what we got in here. Okay, let's pull it up. Okay, so we've got 50 psi in the liner, the inner liner. We've got 10 psi in the tire. So what you have to monitor is obviously any leak between the liner and the tire. So what we find is that we air these up to 10, and then we'll let this thing set for a while. And we put this at 10 exactly, and this at 50 exactly to check this. And then we're going to let this set for about 15 to 30 minutes. If the inner liner is leaking between the two, it'll force air into the outer part of the tire. So what you'll see is this 10 psi will go up, and this 50 psi will go down. And that is more or less just the tire getting seated properly. If you have to increase the pressure, you can go up to 60 psi on the inner liner. You can go up to 15 psi in the tire. You want to watch how much you put in the tire so that you don't stretch it too much out of shape and keep them both the same size. So this was a pretty easy mount. Sometimes they don't go this good. This one went pretty good. One thing you want to make sure is that if it's a used rim, that bead seat area is very clean and free of debris, because the aluminum gets corroded and nasty, and any leaks will be an issue between the two inner and outer liner. So what we're going to do now is just stabilize this pressure again, make sure that it's right on, let it set. If it's good and there's no leaks, we're going to let this the outer tire down to 6, and then we're going to check roll out and balance it. So basically the dismount on these is the same. You need if you're doing it at the track, you need a bead breaker, like a slide hammer type bead breaker to get these. You got to bust both beads at the same time. But so you would bust this bead loose and then flip it over and bust the other bead loose, and then use the tire spoons to pop them both off at the same time. Obviously when the tires are new and the wheels are new, this is a little bit easier of a process. When the stuff is used, it's a little bit harder, but this is a pretty standard mounting process that we found. We've tried a bunch of different ways, and this seems to be the easiest and the simplest way to get it done. Other than that, if you're ever having issues with this, you can give us a call and we'll be glad to help you out. Thanks for watching.